Dillian Whyte is set to face Oscar Rivas on the 20th of July at the O2 on Sky Sports box office. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Brimstar Says So. I shit you not, guys. Dillian Whyte versus Oscar Rivas on pay-per-view on the 20th of July on Sky Sports box office. Yes, I understand. I feel the pain. Eddie Hearn and Dillian Whyte are really trying to milk the fans on this one. Pay-per-view, this is a fucking piss take if you ask me. Oscar Rivas was supposed to fight Tyson Fury on BT Sports and ESPN Regular or ESPN Plus, and fast cars used salesman Eddie Hearn is sticking this fight on pay-per-view, and I really just don't see why. I mean, Oscar Rivas it's a decent fight on paper, if you want to call it that, but this fight is absolute poo if you ask me. Oscar Rivas shouldn't even be campaigning at heavyweight. The guy's 5'10", like he's 5'10". I know middleweight's taller than that. Super middleweights, light heavyweights. 5'10" with a reach of 76 inches and a half. Colombian-born Orthodox fighter. And now he's fighting Dillian Whyte for the WBC silver and the WBO international heavyweight titles, which means absolutely nothing, as we already know. Let's have a look at Oscar Rivas. His last fight, he knocked out Brian Jennings in the 12th round, which, I don't know, you could say is a half-decent name on his list of fighters. He also knocked out Sergio Ramirez. And when you go down the list of fighters, you've got a bunch of names that really don't sort of, spring off the heels in terms of people that you would call big recognized names. Now he's coming to England to fight Dillian Whyte on pay-per-view. I don't know what the purse splits are going to be, but this is a fight for Sky Sports for a Saturday night show. Why the fuck do we have to pay $19.99 to watch this fucking bollocks? Yeah, it's beyond me. This fight isn't going to help Dillian Whyte get any closer to a fight with AJ, and it's not going to help him get any closer to a fight with Deontay Wilder. I just don't see the point in this one, really. What exactly is going on? There was a lot of talks of Dillian Whyte going to fight Alexander Povetkin. Now that would have been a good fight, and that would have been a fight you could argue worthy of pay-per-view. But Oscar Rivas, hell no. No. Dillian Whyte's 6'4", Oscar Rivas is 5'10". I think that's the reason why Frank Warren and probably Bob Arum pulled that fight as well, because Tyson Fury is the best part of a foot taller than Oscar Rivas. It would have just looked like Fury was fighting some kind of midget or something. But yeah, it's the sort of fight where you would watch this fight, and maybe depending on the undercard, I might get down to the O2 to go and watch it live in person. But why on earth would I want to pay £20 to watch it on pay-per-view? It's dead. This is not a pay-per-view worthy fight. So I think Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearn, they're gonna have to do a lot of bolstering for this undercard. Who would I like to see on the undercard? Everybody. Everybody. I want Kell Brook, I want Amir Khan, I want Katie Taylor. That's not gonna happen. Who else do I want? I want Michael Hunter. I want Lawrence Okoli. I want Joshua Buatsi. This is the only way how I can justify taking 20 quid out of my hard-earned money to go and pay for this bollocks, because it's just dumb. I'm going to expect Dillian Whyte to win this fight and win it comfortably. I know Oscar Rivas on paper has got a good record, 26 fights, 26 wins, 18 by knockout, but you could argue it's a padded record. Oscar Rivas has spent the lion's share of his career sort of campaigning out of Canada. Canada of all places. Not America, but Canada. And I don't know, I haven't really heard much about a huge Canadian sort of heavyweight scene or boxing scene out in Canada anyway. But what I do know is that most Canadian boxers do come to the UK, do go to America to fight. Like, what do I think? I don't know. I want to see who's on the undercard for this fight, just to see like how these guys are going to try and milk this shit. But Dillian Whyte, he needs to go out there and he needs to blow this guy out. He needs to knock him out within 8 rounds, I would say. Now, if this fight goes beyond the 8th round, I'd really be questioning Dillian Whyte. Are you really ready to get back in there with AJ? Are you really ready to go to war with Deontay Wilder? Because he's going to have to look outstanding for this one. Dillian Whyte, Eddie Hearn, Dillian Whyte, they love a good pay-per-view, don't they? They love milking the fans. And to be fair, a lot of you fans, you Matchroom fanboys, you guys just don't care. You guys are like, what's 1999? Oh, what, Chinese? Like, fuck that. You can't just be paying for every fucking fight that Eddie Hearn tells you to pay for. Like, come on now, use your head. Joseph Parker, you could argue, was a pay-per-view fight. Coming off of that AJ win, or AJ loss, shall I say. He never got knocked out, he never got knocked down. Derek Chisora, that wasn't pay-per-view. It weren't pay-per-view worthy. Fair enough, the undercard was okay, but that shouldn't have been a pay-per-view. It was a good fight, but I didn't think it was pay-per-view worthy. And now Oscar Rivas. I understand that Eddie Hearn is trying to build himself a new pay-per-view star, somebody who can sort of bring in the money when AJ's not fighting, but you have to be realistic to yourself. This is not pay-per-view. Frank Warren said this years ago, that Eddie Hearn puts on way too many pay-per-views for fights that are not pay-per-view worthy. And in my opinion, Dillian Whyte versus Oscar Rivas is not a pay-per-view worthy fight. I just think that they're just milking us. They're trying to get every last penny out of us, and I just think enough is enough. This is the reason why so many people are going out and streaming fights and going to pubs or whatever it might be, and just not staying at home and paying for it. Because why should I? Why should I take my hard-earned cash to watch Dillian Whyte fight a 5'10" heavyweight with a padded record? We know what's going to happen. Whyte is winning this fight. It's not going to be a close contest. Maybe Dillian Whyte carries him for 6 rounds. But, eventually he's going to want to get himself out of there. Who knows? If Dillian Whyte blows him out the ring within 3 rounds and AJ still don't have an opponent, maybe he fights him as well. Who knows? All I know is that this is just a pointless fight. Actually, what was I talking about? He can't fight AJ because this fight's in July. AJ's fighting in June. But sorry. Anyway, rant over. Let me know your thoughts. Anyway, guys, hit like, hit subscribe, leave me a comment, share. That's the end of the show because Remstar says so.